Good afternoon, everyone. Hopefully, this is a lot better sound than last time because I have the headphones on. But I'm Dar'shun Kendrick, your host for today, and I briefly wanted to discuss the role of broker dealers. Now, you might have heard this word before, but the reason that it's so important, particularly in the context of capital raising and mergers and acquisitions, is that they have a very specific role. So, of course, Carol's Capital is your one-stop shop if you are doing capital raising or mergers and acquisitions, because we guide you through the process. We want you to focus on your company and leave all the regulations and paperwork to us. But I get a lot of inquiries that ask if I can find capital as a standalone service for potential clients. And I always tell them I am not a broker dealer. So unfortunately, I cannot find you capital is a standalone service. Now, we are allowed to do some investor introductions for some of our premium clients, but as a standalone service, I am not a broker dealer. So, what is a broker dealer? This is somebody that can find you capital and essentially get compensated for it. The actual language that is in the federal statute is someone who engages in the business of trading securities on their own account or the account of others. So essentially, you are looking for capital and you're trading ownership from business to business. Now, you need a Series 79 for this. So I always tell people when I actually have a link that's in the description, make sure that this person is a registered broker dealer. So you can go to FINRA and go to their website and check all about the broker or dealer that you are thinking about hiring to make sure that they are reputable, that they still have their license. They'll list any disciplinary action. So click on that link in the description if you are looking for a broker dealer or you're looking for a specific broker dealer to look up their information. But I am not a broker dealer. Okay, so we cannot find you capital as a standalone service. I have a Series 65. I'm an investment advisor, but that is very, very different than a 79. Okay, so that is what a broker dealer does. So there is a great website that is brokercheck.finra.org. Again, it is in the description where you can find a registered broker dealer and you can look at all the background information for anybody that you are considering. So why does a broker dealer really matter to you? The first one is that there are a lot of frauds out there. There are a lot of people who are consultants, who are finders, who are all these different things. But the only ones that are actually bound by ethical standards and regulations are these broker dealers. So you really want to make sure you do your due diligence on anybody who says they can find you a buyer or a seller, or they can find you find capital for you. Now, Kairos is able, again, to make investor introductions for our premium clients, but we have to do it a certain way. We're also able to find buyers and sellers for businesses. But again, there's a very limited exception that allows for me to do that. So there are a lot of frauds out there. Make sure you do your due diligence and know who you're dealing with. The second thing is you're going to want somebody who has a standard of ethical standards by which they are going to deal with you. So you just don't want to get anybody out there who is not a registered broker. And then the last thing of why this matters to you is you want somebody who's going to work with your attorney to find you that capital. Anybody who is leery of bringing in other people, other experts, somebody who can check them on what they're doing, you want to be leery of that. So that's why it's so important that you get you an actual broker dealer as opposed to somebody who claims that they can find you capital or buy or sell or anything like that. So that is my segment. If you have any questions, you can drop it in the chat. I don't see anybody in the chat, but remember, I won't be answering any questions after this, but you can feel free to play this back. But a few announcements before I leave you. The first one is that you can join me in any number of upcoming events for my birthday celebration. I have one coming up this Thursday, so you can go on my website, kairoslegaladvisors.com, and if you go to events, you can sign up and join me for my birthday celebration in Johns Creek on August 21st from 2 to 4 p.m. Remember our Founders First program. So for those of you that cannot pay all money up front for an attorney, we have a wonderful program for a flat fee. You get access to our network and to our services every month, and there's no contract. So check out the Founders First program on our website as well, kairoslegaladvisors.com. And as always, we're here to help you as a founder or a funder to grow, scale, and exit through a capital raise or through the mergers and acquisitions process. So please share this on your social media, subscribe to this channel. And if you are not a member of our new LinkedIn group called Capital Connections and Conversations, please make sure that you join, because I will be doing these pop-ups. And the only way you find out about these pop-ups is if you are a member. All right. I hope everybody enjoyed this short segment on brokers and dealers, and I'll see you next time.